There is no way to stop what was begun that day. Shoshana Kinsbursky writes in her poem titled Analysis of October 7th. Shattered dreams and windows and teacups and hearts and bones and families and lives. The soul is restless inside. There is no way to stop what has begun. Over the past 2 years, I have often felt this exact sense of hopelessness and despair. Each attack on the Jewish people in Israel, abroad, and at home reawakens this fear and this grief. Add to this the violence and the division in our country, and sometimes it feels as if the world is unraveling, and there is no way to make it stop. This is trauma, defined as any disturbing experience that leaves fear, helplessness, or disruption strong enough to alter how we live. Of course, Israelis who experienced October 7th carry trauma in a direct, unimaginable way. But because we are Amcha, one people, we feel it too. Our recent American Jewish experience comes with its own communal trauma, now referred to as the October 8th effect, an alarming rise in anti-Israel protests, anti-Semitic attacks that we internalize, even if they don't happen to us directly. I've heard about community members renewing passports just in case, seeking dual citizenship, removing their Jewish stars from sight, avoiding Jewish spaces, and college students hiding their identity or walking a different path just to avoid a protest. Others have lost friends, even family members, over these matters. Our Jewish souls are in fight or flight response. This past year, nearly 200 congregants showed up to the Wellesley Public Schools Calendar Task Force meeting when we heard that Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur might be removed as days off on the academic calendar. While many argued that it is simply not practical to attend school and observe the holiday, most shared that it would feel like a personal assault to diminish the importance of our most sacred days at a time when Jewishness is under attack all around the world. I'm certain that we would have showed up strong to defend our holiday calendar at any time, but only at a time like this, when we feel under attack, do we respond rightfully with a different kind of angst. There's also the trauma that we experience because we have inherited it. This is intergenerational trauma, when the suffering of a previous generation echoes still into our own lives. Our grandparents fled pogroms and revolutions. Some survived the Holocaust. It's not just history, though. We carry communally with us their vigilance and their way of life, even if we did not live it, or even if it did not happen to our own family. Intergenerational trauma shows up in the way that we scan for threats or expect the worst, in our exit planning strategies, in our deep sensitivity to anti-Semitism, our ambivalence about experiencing joy or feeling safe, our inability to relax, or our perception that safety is only temporary. Remembering and repeatedly living through loss is embedded in our holidays and our rituals throughout the year. We Jews are a traumatized people, and it feels that there's no way to make it stop. Some of that pain is inherited, woven into our collective memory. Some of it comes from the world around us in this particular moment. And some of it is our own. Illness, loss, infertility, violence, divorce, racism, job loss, workplace toxicity, whatever its source, trauma has a way of leaving an imprint. Fear, vigilance, in the sense that we can never fully exhale. To pile trauma on top of trauma, in the past few years, we've been made to feel like we're crazy, or that our emotions aren't valid, or they don't matter. Our concerns have been met with silence and complacency, and in some places, Jewish identity and Israel itself has been censored or erased. Psychologists call this traumatic invalidation, when people's deepest experiences are denied or erased. Doctors Miri Bar Halpern and Jacqueline Wolfman of Harvard University recently published an article applying the term traumatic invalidation to the pain that the Jewish people are feeling post-October 7th. Jewish pain has often been met not with compassion, but with silence, with blame. This feeling of being bad, wrong, unacceptable, and unwanted can wound us as deeply as the trauma itself. The invalidation doesn't have to be direct. It can be as simple as hearing about anti-Semitic acts elsewhere, meaning that we could learn about an attack or anti-Semitism in another state or halfway around the world and feel that it is proximate to us, negating our own existence, leaving us feeling powerless and hopeless. Has this happened to you? It's happened to me as well. So how do we make it stop? In her book, My Grandfather's Blessings, Dr. Rachel Naomi Remen describes an unusual talent that the oyster has in responding to pain. Soft and vulnerable, it cannot keep the grains of sand from entering its open shell when it breathes. This rough sand causes pain, but slowly and patiently, the oyster wraps the grain of sand in thin, translucent layers until over time, it has created something of great value. Yes, a pearl. From the place of its greatest vulnerability, the oyster creates one of the world's most precious gems. The pearl might be thought of as an oyster's response to its suffering, but not every oyster creates a pearl. Yet the ones who do add great value to the world. Rabbi Abraham Twersky taught a similar lesson about a lobster. I bet you didn't think that you would hear on the holiest day of the year two important lessons from two very unkosher crustaceans. But he teaches, as the lobster's soft body grows, its hard shell does not. It becomes unbearably tight. So the lobster must retreat under a rock, shed its shell, and grow a new one. Again and again, this discomfort becomes the trigger for its growth. And so it is for us. We cannot avoid pain, but we can use it to transform. One suggestion for how to learn and adapt comes from CW, my daughter's 6th grade math teacher at the Rashi School, who teaches, replace thought-stopping statements with a good, curious question, right? I'm looking at his students. So I tried this out. This pain is unbearable becomes, what can I learn from it? I can't do this becomes, what can I try? I don't know can be, can you help me? From our trauma, we must transform. These High Holy Days force us to face hard questions. Who will live and who will die? Who will be calm and who will be tormented? But we are not powerless. The Unatana Tokef prayer offers us an answer. Tefillah, Teshuvah, Tzedakah. Tefillah first. Find meaning in your pain. Tell your story. Express how you feel. Explore what your trauma has to teach you, what values it helps you to see are most important. Teshuvah. Go deeper within yourself to make change. Seek intervention, whether it be by seeing a therapist, joining a support group or a circle at TBE, or attending a workshop. Look for ways to regulate your emotions, manage distress, stay grounded. Tzedakah. Make others and the world a better place. Reach out to others who may share a similar experience, or reach out to others who have their own unique pain. Channel your own pain to help someone else. Connect, act, contribute. Do not sit still. The energy of change that you create will not only have an impact on others, but on yourself as well. It's quite beautiful that a clinical approach to post-traumatic growth mirrors this wisdom of tefillah, teshuvah, and tzedakah. We have powerful tools to shift the grasp that trauma and pain have on our lives. And as our communal prayers on these days remind us, we are not in this alone. We have each other. We have the pastoral care of our clergy team, and we are so blessed to have Tamar Foreman, TBE's mental health clinician and art therapist. She is available to meet and provide resources. And as you heard from Rabbi Sissenwein on Rosh Hashanah, we are also offering an incredible opportunity to join Circles of Connection this year. These gatherings have been transformational for some of our congregants. One of them shares, each meeting became a new exploration of what Judaism means, how it shapes our lives, and how we navigate our identities in a world where anti-Semitism is on the rise. We talk about our fears, our hopes in our everyday lives, both inside and outside of TBE. I have never felt so deeply rooted and supported in our community. I have gained not just a circle, but a family. And starting tomorrow, we will have another phenomenal opportunity as Dr. Miri Bar Halpern, who published the article that I referenced on traumatic invalidation in the Jewish community, will be our Yom Kippur speaker at our 2:15 hour of learning. She will help us explore more specific ways that we can begin to break this cycle of pain and trauma. Dr. Miri teaches that unspoken and unresolved trauma doesn't disappear, it gets passed down. Focusing on the practices of tefillah, teshuvah, tzedakah gives us an opportunity to break this cycle of pain. A few weeks ago, Noah and I were out for an early morning walk around Cutler Park. He is one of those friends who asks for the authentic truth and doesn't take any other answer. He gave me the opportunity to share a pain that was weighing heavily on my heart. And the words that are so often hard to find came easily, and so did the tears, as he gave me a space to tell my story. Tefillah. In that moment of vulnerability, I remember looking up from the dirt path to the canopy of the trees above, and my entire body breathed a sigh of relief. Instead of feeling small and tense, I took a deep breath, noticing the expansiveness that looking inward to find the truth brought me. Teshuvah. I turned to Noah as if to ask, what next? What do you have to offer? Tzedakah. And he began to tell me about a friend who takes a moment of pause when in the midst of a stressful moment. And this friend asks himself, how can I be loving, present, and light-filled? For him to find the meaning of life, to turn pain into purpose, to be in alignment with self, is to be loving, present, and light. Imagine if we were to treat ourselves in this way, in our deepest, darkest moments, to love and care for ourselves, to acknowledge and express our feelings, to be present in the pain, to have this power to transform, to spread light and do good when we in the world need it most. Tefillah, Teshuvah, Tzedakah. May we have the courage in this new year to be loving, to be present, and to be light. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will.
Loving and present and light. Loving and present and light. Whenever I'm searching for meaning in life, I'll just be loving and present and light. Loving and present and light.
Breathing and being still. Breathing and being still. Whenever I'm searching for meaning to fill, you'll find me breathing and being still. Breathing and being still. I'm gonna be loving. I'm gonna be present. I'm gonna be light to find the meaning of life. To find the meaning of life.
Teshuvah,
Teshuvah,
Tefillah,
Tefillah, Tzedakah.